Hey there, Dango Stu here. Today's video is about working some more with Adrian to get the Detroit diesel fixed up, and is proudly sponsored by MarineEngine.com. First job we did this week was clean up and adjust the pushrod rollers that run along the camshaft.
Alright. I think they'll clean up alright. We'll knock them out and have a look. Because I think they're just scratched.
Yep.
You can't feel it with your nail, yeah. Look at this one laying over. Like
oh yeah, look at the angle on it. Yeah, right.
Yeah. So this is how you'd strip it anyway, like if you're going to get the rocker gear out as well, you'd pull these off first.
First, okay. So it just takes the tension off it?
Yeah, well there's a spring, we'll see in a second, on the bottom of the push rods.
Yep.
With the valve gear, this push rod. There's a circlip at the top. If you try to get the circlip, it shoots you in the head.
Okay.
Obviously they replaced these when they did them, but yes.
Okay.
They had them in the right way, which is good to start.
Oh, right, so they do have an up or a...
Yes, there's a oil hole.
Oh, okay, yep. Oil hole there, yeah.
To the back of the head.
Right.
So, in theory, in a 471 or an inline engine, it's probably not as critical.
As a V where it's sitting.
As a V where it actually sits, it keeps a pool of oil in the follower.
Yep, that makes sense.
So yeah.
Yeah, but because it's completely vertical, it's not so critical.
Not so critical, yeah. Sort of want to try and put them back where they come from.
Yeah, okay, keep the order.
They're not. The cam bores, they can wear out. It usually happens when something really bad's been going on.
Right.
Have seen one that actually had a pinhole. The fuel rail that's actually on the back side of the cam pocket, and the fuel was going in.
Oh, really? Okay.
Coming out down through the
Wow.
Had a fuel leak, and we're trying to work out where it's going and where it was going.
That's where it was going. Yeah, right.
But they do funny things. And they'll always scuff because it's cast on steel. It's
they
just never pretty.
Yep.
These should, in all theory, just hit with the wire button.
Okay. Yep.
Take most of that marking off, I think. It's actually like it's half. I wouldn't.
Yeah, you can't feel anything, can you?
Can't feel anything in it. And
it does look a little bit better even after the wire wheel.
Yeah, like
you can see the difference.
Yeah.
I mean, you compare that to that still. Yeah.
Take some of the scratches off. And we'll,
this was the end one here.
Yep. And this is some of the low oil thing too. The oil's not up there flooding things where it wants to be.
Yeah. Okay, the genuine article.
Yeah, so you sit the cam roller in the tool.
Oh yeah, yep.
Drive it out with a hammer and punch.
Oh, okay.
And then the same thing, put it back together, push the pin in.
Oh, this is just for changing the roller.
Changing for the roller.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah.
Yep.
And that's
just a way to change get the pin out without damaging it.
And that's my arcade one.
Yep, that you made yourself.
So I made myself, which I actually made it so that you can't cock it up.
Okay, so it locks into the correct position. I see. You've improved it.
Yeah, that's an upgraded version.
Yeah.
So looking for 5 thou on each.
Each side of
one side.
Well, one side.
One side, 5 thou. Yeah. So 2.5.
Yep. So it's hard against one side.
Yep.
Pushed over. Yeah, gotcha. That's more than 5 thou, isn't it?
That's about. Yeah. Oh no, actually, it's actually this way. I'll show you. The rollers are pretty easy left and right.
Oh, okay, cool.
Watch.
Right.
It's about probably 20 thou there.
Yeah, right, okay.
Not too bad, but like 5 thou and below, like if it's 2 thou, it's enough, like it's fine. But no more than 5.
Yep. But no less than 2, or do you need a bit, or can it be?
You need just a smidgen so it's got oil in there so it can...
Oh, of course, yeah, so it's not just a dry joint. Yeah. It's huge, isn't it?
Yeah. sometimes they won't quite go all the way down with the and lock in. So you can't, and it says in the book, just file a little bit out of the hole to bring it down a bit tighter.
Oh, right, okay, like elongate it slightly.
Yeah, just elongate it slightly, yeah. I couldn't think of the word.
Yeah. Oh, I saw you had some of that, like assembly lube, right?
Yeah,
I saw you put some of that on the bearing.
Yeah, just so the oil doesn't run away. Like.
Yeah, just on startup.
Yeah. It does tend to want to hang around. It's actually nice to see the other day when we pulled an engine down that we'd not long, well, we didn't strip it, but just looking back inside something else, and you actually still see around the edge of the camshaft,
still
the side
there.
of the rollers. Yeah, it's like,
wow.
It's still there, didn't spray.
Good stuff.
Didn't disappear.
Yep.
Sometimes wonder, you know, put an engine together and it might sit for 3 months before it goes into something
Before somebody
all the
fires
oil
it up.
runs away.
Yeah,
so
totally. Then the first 3 minutes does all the damage.
Damage, yeah. Use a bar, like a little bar.
Okay.
It'll
Hold the.
what I might do is I might put some.
Chuck it, yep.
Nice. Put a little bar on it. Hold
Just
the
a
weight.
bit of pressure while you.
Yeah, and do it up. It'll keep them down against them firm.
And then you check and shuffle as necessary.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
You actually see it roll up there a bit when I was doing it up there. If you have a look now, there'll be.
Yeah, nowhere near as much.
Yeah.
Okay, in there, right.
That's just a nice. That's quite snug. That's.
Yep.
It's nice.
And what's that feeler gauge setting?
5 thou.
5, there's 5, okay, yeah.
So this one you sort of got to do both together.
Yeah,
This one's
right.
a bit loose. You can feel it.
Yeah.
So, no, that one's all right.
That's
but
good, yeah.
We'll just see what this one up here is like. Tap one end, it'll. Yeah, that's so this end's loose. So if we tap that end of it down,
Down a bit,
don't have to tap it very hard. Just
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it move for sure. Yeah, it's not going anywhere now, is it?
no. The middle one is the hardest one to achieve what you want, but we'll just see what we've got.
So theoretically, if you get the 2 end ones right, there's not much you can do about the middle one, is there?
No, but if you have a look, sometimes they'll be.
A curve.
In it, so take it out, straighten it.
Straighten it, yep.
There's no problem with straightening it in the vise. Tap it out and straighten it out, yeah.
Nice.
That's 4. So that's pretty. Yeah, that's got 3.
Okay.
So which I'd be happy with. Yeah,
Yep.
so I'd be happy with that. Wouldn't want any less.
Yeah, okay, yep. So you get the oil in it.
Yeah, so still rock it.
Yep.
And then I'll just double check my rear one, the other one, just to make sure it hasn't come away from it. Yep, and that's nice.
So we just have a little photo of you in it.
You won't hurt the injector tip.
Yeah, I was wondering about that, yeah.
You won't hurt it.
Yep, cool. That's good to know.
There's no consistency to the injector height.
No, really. That's down. That's quite high, that isn't it? Or is it small?
That's
smaller.
that's a bit lower down, but that's,
Is it? Yeah.
that's a bit further. That's quite a long way down.
Too far down. Yeah, right.
But it's not going to hurt it. But
Yeah.
like it's not. It'd be nice if they're all even.
Yeah.
And it does change. Just
Yeah,
change the way they burn.
The way it burns, yeah.
You can have a look there at the bottom. There's some numbers. It says 6.
Yep.
005. 6 holes at 5 thou.
Oh, okay.
So that's how many holes are in the injector.
In the injector.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the diameter of the holes, or?
Yeah, 6 at 5 thou.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
And so you could see the 6
You can see the
spray
6
patterns.
there. Yeah. And then you'll see the 5 thou is just there. So yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it's quite clear on them, isn't it?
It's like it's Should might be better. Really early one. These are pretty early ones.
So this is a plunger and bush
Plunger
setters.
bush, yeah. So this is the early low pressure sort of type injector for a Detroit.
Okay.
Is that new old stock. Feel free to come and take anyone that wants them. But they are new, as you can see.
So to a good home. Okay. Yeah, right. You can see it's quite a fine tolerance fit, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't swap them. So I can't take this out and put this in a different bush.
Okay, yep.
It will season.
Oh, they're a pair.
They're matched in pairs. So
Yeah.
this is where the fuel comes, and this is all your metering around the bottom here.
With the slope
the ramp,
on it?
yes.
Yep, the ramp on it, yep.
So the ramp is, the bigger the gap, the more fuel. So as it comes up to fill up, open the hole there.
Oh, yeah, yep. So that's where the fuel comes in, is it?
Yep.
Yep.
There it is there. There's the sack.
Yep.
Fuel sack. Then it comes down, squashes it. Whatever it doesn't need comes back out there.
Yep, and that's your return
That's
line.
the return line, and the rest comes squirts out the bottom through the tip.
And you had different tips.
Yeah, every tip is different for every different injector. Different. A number of holes, and a hole is a different size. This is a 9 holes at 6 thou.
Yeah.
Whereas these here are 6 holes at 5 thou.
Yeah.
So smaller fuel, different springs as well for different pressures as well in the tip. But they're pretty. Just trying to compare the plunger and bush
Oh, right, for a different
size. Yeah,
injector size, yeah.
It's just, sometimes it can be a bit hard to see, but other times it's not.
Yeah, right, it's bigger, isn't it?
This is an N70, so totally different injector.
Okay,
different style. Plunger and bush is longer, and different, much more efficient injector. This is a very dribbly injector. Only cracks at 600 psi, whereas these crack at 2,500.
Right,
so
okay, yep.
getting up till 3,000 really is
Yeah.
where you want it to be. But yeah, they're totally different. You can see you can see there that top fuel sack is bigger because it's a bigger injector, but
Okay, yep.
smaller. But yeah.
And that's what fills the top when it comes up?
When it comes up, fills up this sack up there, and then whatever as wherever you've got your foot is the amount of fuel. Then it'll stay in here as it comes past the hole
Okay.
and make it all happen.
Yep.
So yeah.
And when you get injectors reconditioned, the core is just the outer, and that's what they replace
Core is what they you use the core.
Yep.
Sometimes the plunger bush will be fine.
Oh, okay.
They'll do quite a lot of mileage.
Okay.
The tip's usually what wear out.
Right, because it's in the combustion chamber getting...
The tip wears out, the seat in the bottom of the tip.
Yeah.
So that's an old tip, but the tip wears out around the seat at the bottom.
Right, okay,
And they won't seal.
Just all the hammering.
And they block up, and they're not nice to spray.
Yep.
This is the springs out of the bottom of the seat. This is the spring they use for the pressure.
Right, so once the pressure overcomes that spring, that's when it cracks.
Cracks and opens. You hear it chirp. So the spring actually sits. It's springs, what I call spring seat, sits in the bottom of there. Spring in the bottom of that. That then sits over the top. And there's this little plate sits on there. Now all your fuel comes down from the centre here, pushes down those holes around there, and then that goes down.
Okay.
Lifts the needle up against the spring, so it needs.
Yep.
As that's compressing it and making pressure, it's like trying to squeeze it up until it gets to its opening pressure of 3,000 psi. Or the springs do give them a hard time. You can see it's actually,
scored it.
Well, it's actually eaten into it.
Yeah, right.
This has a check valve. So to stop the compression and everything coming back into the injector, that there sits,
right.
there's a check valve.
So when it's open, the cylinder compression doesn't
come back up.
come
so
back up into the injector.
Against the base of the plunger.
Yep.
Like that. The gear sits internally down in the body, which is timed.
Yep.
There's two marks. If I don't, you can see the
Yep.
3 dots there.
So it tells you where
Yep,
it should go on.
That's what it should be. And the gear slides over, and this is not the right one for this.
Right. But it would be
This is a
keyed.
bigger
So the
injector.
flat there is what
Yeah,
keys it to
locks
stop it.
lock into
Yeah,
place.
right.
And then as you per se put your foot down,
Yep.
it twists that.
Yep.
That's your throttle. That's the spring, sits on the top, the body.
Oh, that the cam presses on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or the drift follower.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It goes in there.
Yeah.
That'll all
Your rocker.
sits up and down
Yep.
like that. And that's just what they call a spill deflector. So your return side of it, when it returns out and pushes it back up through the hole, comes up around that. So yeah.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
Getting too technical. That's a bit.
Can we look at your injector tester? Is that
Yeah, well,
happening?
that's one of them. Yeah, yeah. So this holds. It's all a bit messy at the moment.
No, it's all right.
Everywhere, but this sort of takes a standard offset body injector with a jar under it. So that's a cam. It locks down on there. Locks down on the seat.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
It pushes down over that.
Yep. Oh,
So
right.
this will fill it up with fuel
Okay. Yep.
in a minute, hopefully.
And the air bleeds out.
Yeah, it'll push the air out of the body.
Yep. Oh, yeah. There we go.
So I can then lock that,
Lock
cap
that off. Yep.
Well, actually, and you can actually pump the body up and just check there's no leaks. You'll
Oh,
actually
okay. Pressurize it.
Yeah, so that's
And then so you'll see it pop at a certain pressure if you
I
keep
will-
going, or?
No, I'll make it pop.
Oh, okay,
So
yep.
I'm checking the body's got no leaks. Like it's holding.
Right. Yep. So it's not just slowly coming
Yeah, like,
down.
it will get
yeah.
some leakage
Yeah.
past the plunger and bush up
Yep.
the hole.
Yep.
And this,
Oh, okay.
so that's in full fuel.
Yep.
And then,
Yeah.
and I'm actually firing as if it was in the
Yeah,
engine. So
yeah.
it's not the best. It's just an old.
You can
thing.
see what a mist it is. Like
Yeah,
it's quite
it
atomized, isn't
It
it?
does, atomised. Yeah, well, it's actually an old plunger and bush. So
Yep.
I actually made it out of. It's
Made
an
the
old
tool
body.
out of,
Yeah,
yeah.
I made it up. And so it's sort of.
So it doesn't have any of that in it. It's just no plunger and bush. All the pressure comes from the tester,
The
does
tester,
it?
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, just no.
So it doesn't need to be a unit injector to test the tip. It's
No,
just
it's-
can be
can be
yeah,
tested
come from an
separately,
injector pump.
Yep.
Yeah.
The old one wore out.
Yeah.
So get a new one made out of laser cut plate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Look, the old one.
Laser cutting's awesome, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it
The
is.
stuff you can order and just.
So this is just testing the tip to see what it'll do.
Yep. So the pump itself's part of the testing unit.
Yeah.
And you made all this up?
Yeah, this is just out of an old ejector seat.
Love that. An ejector seat.
Out of a Harrier Jump Jet. So,
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, so it just pumped. You would have just pumped this up to lift
Yep.
yourself out of the plane if you automatically had failed. So yeah.
Oh, that's cool. You got all the best gear.
Oh well, you know, just
Got
make
character.
it,
Yeah.
Try and make this as clean as we can so you can see through
Ah,
it.
yeah, see through it, yeah.
It's just the valve that
Open
lock
those
the
right.
pressure
Yeah.
off, yeah.
Yeah, right.
So that tip's actually seizing now. It doesn't
Oh,
want
right.
to pop, see? It's blocked.
Okay. Yeah, right. So it went a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah, it did a little bit. It opened up out of 3 holes, and then
Okay.
so it's that one's actually really knackered. No. But we'll see how good it fires.
Yeah. So I originally took my injectors to an injector specialist in DY. He went, oh, too hard, no, just...
Oh, really?
Yeah, didn't want to have anything to do with them. It's amazing how...
Yeah, like they are pretty basic.
Yeah.
But yeah, like some blokes just
That worked.
Yep. Oh. They're not great, it's not chirping, but it's...
Yeah. Yeah.
You do with a new tip, like if that was a better tip, it'd be actually spraying a lot finer.
Yeah,
and it'd be
okay.
Like, ooh, a nice, really nice fine mist.
Yeah.
But at least you can see it's...
Yeah, the individual, all the holes are there too, aren't they?
Yep. So the tip's worn.
Yep.
And that, and it's got good pressure.
Okay.
Like it's up where it should be.
Right, it's not cracking it early or anything.
No.
Yeah. That's very cool.
Cool, yeah.
Thank you for that. Wow.
Really carcinogenic, really good shit to breathe
Is it?
in.
Yeah, right. It's all right, at least the fan's blowing it
Yeah,
towards
that's
us.
right. Just blow it in, force it down the lane.
Yeah, yeah.
You can see it started to pull the metal up right there.
Ah, right, yeah. So it's lifted it as it's dragged it.
Dragged it. So this is all water damage, and it actually, the metal's gone. Like, it'll start pulling off and falling away.
Yeah, so it goes downhill rapidly after that.
I'm surprised you've got them home. Like, they're pretty ordinary.
Wow.
So yeah,
Okay.
you can see the moisture that's been in there too. There's the rust there.
Yeah.
So-
Glad they're coming out. Well,
They're
they've been
gone.
out. They were
They're long
out,
gone,
yeah. They were the original, not the ones that were in it recently.
Would anyone like to put a bid on these?
Yes, exactly. Souvenir.
Yep. So this is the oil pressure regulator.
Yep.
So maintain the block pressure at about 50 psi.
Yep.
We're suspecting this spring is just worn out. They collapse over time because they've been squashed up.
Just too weak.
So we've ordered some new ones which will be here tomorrow. So we'll give you a bit of a shot when we get those here so you can compare them. But it doesn't look like also the pump's been working aesthetically well because you can see there's no polish marks. There's a mark, a mark where the window is.
Yeah.
On the side.
So it's just been static.
Yes. It's only been opening a very tiny little bit. Like,
And does opening it release pressure or give you more pressure?
it releases the pressure off, so it takes some of the pressure off. We'll see tomorrow exactly what, but I think we've got, as Stu was saying earlier, there's only mostly seen about 40 psi out of it. So,
Yeah, most.
So
Normally lower, 20, 30.
So we would like to see it up. Once we get it above idle, we're getting somewhere near where we should be. So yeah,
That'd be good.
So
Presuming that dodgy little electric gauge for $50 is accurate.
Accurate, yeah.
So it'd be nice to have the mechanical one too.
We'll have that. Well, we'll have that sorted this afternoon. So
Yeah, nice.
this is the valve in the pump. It's like another regulator valve. Just stops the pump doing too much. So this, if you change the orientation of the pump, so from left or right rotation, this moves.
Oh, okay.
This will go that way.
And that other way around. Yep.
So
if you assembled it for the wrong orientation, wrong rotation,
you'll have a seized engine pretty fast.
pretty fast. Okay. Yep.
So we've also got the new spring coming for this as well.
Yep.
So we'll double check that as well. But I think we need both to be getting back to where we were. I think so. Yeah. Both.
Well worth
There's
it.
no length there. There's no nominal length in the book for all of them.
Yeah.
So we can't really check them, but we'll check them against the new ones and see what it comes up with.
No, it'd be interesting to see. Yeah, for sure.
So back to the regulator, we've now got our springs.
So this oil pump regulator.
Yeah, oil pump relief valve spring.
Yep.
So pretty new yellow one. So it makes it easy to see, but there is that difference is is quite a bit of pressure normally. Usually probably a good 10 or 15 pound there, easy.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
So as the oil pressure pushes on it, then it starts venting.
Yes.
And so that's obviously just weakened and compressed over time.
Yeah.
And so this will vent at a much higher pressure now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it doesn't take much to bring them up.
It'll be interesting to see what it is when it's changed. Yeah.
And it's always a must. Like even on an in chassis, on a Detroit, you pull the regulators off.
Just new springs.
With new springs. Like, and it's amazing how people don't do it. And then we'll do the other one. We'll get the pump in a minute. We'll pull the pump apart and have a look at the other spring. So yeah.
So that's the regulator spring.
That's the regulator spring, and then there's another regulator for the inside the pump as well.
Okay.
So they both will sort of work together. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And these are our new Conrod Bushes. Some genuine ones from up in Brisbane. So we're going to press those in and get them machined out to suit the pin.
Right.
So there'll be a fitted
So they-
on size, yeah.
Yeah, so they come too tight, just come with lots of meat on them, and
Lots
then...
of meat, and then we press them in, and then we machine them. Take them down to Zolly, the machinist, and get him to do them.
Very good.
All right.
So...
So if you want to put that together, just flick the valve out.
Yep.
Yeah, that was easier than I thought. Usually just put a bit of, what did I do with it? That's the slippery shit gone.
Oh, your black pre-assembly? Or...
Yeah.
So what pre-assembly...
That's just,
Yeah.
it's a CRC one. I think they're all as good as bad, or as,
Yeah.
and they're all as sticky as
Yeah.
one another. Yeah.
Just smooth around.
Spread him round and slide him in.
Oh, somebody also asked about what was the stuff you put on the gasket for the air compressor?
Oh, okay, 515.
515.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the master gasket. Or whatever
Yeah.
it is, yeah.
And it's only slippery. You can just poke your spring in and it'll push it.
Yeah, and
There you go.
News. What did it? Oh, here it is. No.
No, there's
pins.
no washer or anything like that.
Yeah.
No, and then there's no.
And then.
You'll probably find the spring actually feels harder. Like if you have a feel, put that one in and just see.
Oh yeah, yep.
See what it feels like to push
Yeah.
push the cap on, and then when you put the new one in.
Yep. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
and it just
Yeah, right.
that does feel more.
Yeah, more substantial for sure.
So that's what it's like.
Yeah.
It's lost its zing.
Yep. And our oil pressure along with it.
Yeah.
Anything else, or just the cap?
That's the cap on.
Okay.
Like if you were to put a socket on it, probably about 35-40 foot-pound would be more than oodles.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just interesting. Like it is nice to see, and like I show people, but it's only a spring. But that spring has a job.
Yeah, an important job.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah. Yeah. Once again, it's lost some height, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely a few mil.
And like,
And just the
like
strength.
there is definitely a few.
Yeah, a
like,
difference
like
in.
with the feel, like you'll actually feel there's more resistance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's your plunger.
Mhm.
So that was in. We had it in the right way.
Yep.
I haven't changed it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And so it. Right. This one
Shuttles
piece.
across the body. Yeah.
Yeah, it goes all the way across.
Yep.
And you change it for a left and right hand rotation engine,
yes.
didn't you say?
You
Right.
turn that over
Yeah. So that way.
that way. So we're right hand rotation. So that's
The right way in.
the right way in.
Alright. And spring
Spring
just pressed it against that end.
Just pushes in against there like that.
Yep.
So probably put this cap on first, and then because your other one's got a
And our washers all.
the copper washer can. They're not butchered up. We've got a machine service on both sides, so they're usually quite.
Yeah.
Don't give much grief. They're the same plug, like you can't mix the plug up,
Okay, yep.
so you can put either plug
one on either
the
side,
yeah.
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 Nice.
There you go. You got it. It's all yours.
Done.
You can handle that big job.
I reckon I can.
So then we can put the pump on if you want to and modify that pickup.
Yep, get the
to suit
depths.
that new sump. Let me just make sure I'm getting the right one. I'll do that and then I'll.
What size would they be about?
FB.
Huh?
FB.
Yeah.
I think the inch and a half. I think I've got
Pretty chunky. Oh, I've got a shifter here.
Yeah, shifter's fine.
Because Adrian doesn't have much need for it these days, he quickly machined up a new tool for pressing the little end bearings in and out of the conrods.
That'll do.
So this new one in after the.
New one in after we knock the old ones out.
Yep. So one each side.
One
so
each
the
side,
two. Yeah.
Two piece. Got a split.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah, like a jigsaw puzzle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Split to the top. Stop. Sit.
Got another one to do?
Oh, I've got to press another one. Yeah.
Well, you did all the hard work, Peter, so when he sends the bill, I'll transfer the money to your account.
There you go. So that's what it looks like.
Nice.
It just makes it easier.
Very good. So just flush on the outside with the gap in the middle.
The gap in the middle.
Yep.
Oil comes in around the outside of the bearing, under the back of the bearing, up the hole in the guts, through there, around the pin, and out the top to all the piston.
Yep.
Which we were talking about the other day. So, yeah.
Nice.
Cheapest.
One down.
One down.
Three to go. Yeah.
Pretty gnarly, eh?
Yeah, a bit of a gouge and a lump, isn't it?
Yeah, so like you can see,
push the metal up.
then you can see like the bearing hasn't been sitting on here contacting properly either. It's been holding it up.
Ah, right.
So like there's been that
sitting
gap.
on the metal.
Yeah,
right.
Like it's not sitting out as tight as it should be.
Yep. So just a bit of a sandpaper and just knock the high point off.
Yeah, knock the high point. I'm not filing it hard. It's just sort of the files just rubbing over it just to take that high point off.
Just so the bearing can sit properly again. Yeah. Yep.
You could actually see before I got in there with the emery cloth, you could see it wasn't sitting against
Sitting
it.
right. Yeah.
It was tarnished black, sort of with the oil in there.
Oil behind it rather than pressed into it. Yeah. This beast here is our new cast sump. We're going to take the cover off the belly here so that we can start figuring out how to modify our pickup to get right down into this space. We've also got a fitting here, so we'll be able to drain it remotely, which is awesome as well, so big upgrade.
Next step in making that happen was mocking up the oil pump again, just putting it roughly in position so that we could measure how much we need to shorten and drop the pickup by.
So
we can always educate it once we get it up. Like the final fitment we can do.
That goes on your side of the...
Yeah, so
That's where it goes, yeah. So centre to centre, we're roughly taking 200 mil off it.
Yeah. Oh, I would have thought it would have been at least that, yeah.
Yeah. So if you go, say, centre of the pickup there, to the centre of the belly, is pretty much 200.
Okay. Yep. Let's cut 200.
Do you want something more exact, or that's good enough for now?
Well, that's good, but we probably, I think, take it. I'm going to unbolt this end because we're going to make the adapter. We're going to fuck with this anyway. So let's sweat it out of this end.
Okay. Yep.
Slide it out, and then we'll see how much. We'll mark.
And we'll have a little bit of play when we braze it in. Yeah. This is the anode that we thought we'd installed that had fallen out, and was actually lying in here. Should have an O-ring around the bottom here to just put a little, like a bit like a spring washer, just to stop it vibrating. So pulled this one out, realised it didn't have an O-ring either. So going to reinstall it with the O-ring from this one that stayed in. It did have an O-ring on it. So it goes to show how it works. Yeah, I brought one. Yeah.
No, that's right.
Oh, it's your lucky day, Detroit.
Yeah. Sit. Sit. Nice. Right, please.
Excellent behaviour.
Perfect behaviour.
Let's see if we can get this freed up and moving so we can get the roll pins out, get it actually fully disassembled, and then we can clean it up properly.
You're not bored yet?
You know my Nipex, my long Nipex side cutters, Dad? The long handle ones? Do you want to grab them out of my red box?
Just get them flush first and...
Well, I was going to, sometimes they might...
Ah, right. Yeah, like a split pin, leave it in.
Like,
yeah. Pull them out, yep.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Well, let's now start to move. That one.
It's always... once you get some movement, there's hope.
Yeah, that's right.
Last time something like that happened,
Looks like the flap's starting to move on the shaft here now. Gives me some hope we're going to get it out. Oh, I see. It's a one-piece shaft. I was expecting it to be two pieces. So this shaft's all one piece, Adrian?
Some of them are two and some are one.
Oh, okay, this is one, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. So I'll have to get an N1 off as well.
Oh, okay, it's probably not coming over. Oh, really? Alright, well. Do you want to put the gate open?
You want a long piece of rod to drive, don't you?
Yeah, it's close, but it's just... Oh, no, here we go. It's all right, Pete.
Sure.
Home and hose, it's out. Voila.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'll just give it a real clean up and then
There.
put it back together.
Bit of never squeeze.
Yep. Oh, mate, you never give up, do you? All right. Did start to turn, yeah. Bit hot.
Bit warm. There's a bit of a blue.
The finished product. So there it is.
Oh,
Working beautifully.
I pulled that little thing out of the bracket, out of the top, out of the.
Oh yeah, here, yeah, yep.
Yeah, so that's all there. I've got to get a little. I'll find a bolt for the What do you call it? Oh, for the little box. The
little
thing.
Yeah, the little yeah.
Centric cam.
Is like a tensioner, is it? And then this is the one you brazed up. Yeah, it came up nicely.
Yeah.
Got the crack out of it?
Up and, yeah.
Yeah, looks good. Looks good.
Now I thought instead of a spring, getting the spring for there, so when you put this cable in, the cable actually pulls that backwards.
Right.
So if we put a spring here,
Yep.
between the end of the cable and
Just
here,
a regular spring.
and it'll just it'll be help do its thing anyway.
Nice, perfect. Good plan. Well, thanks for watching. I've just been cleaning the bilge and doing a few things in there, getting ready for the engine to go back in when it's finished. I'm waiting for a call to hear that the little end bearings on the Conrods have been machined. They've finished there. As soon as they have, I'll run up the road, grab those and take them to Adrian's first thing in the morning, and we'll start sort of the reassembly in earnest. All right, well, take care. I'll catch you soon. See ya. Few scabs on your noggin, haven't you? Just put some betadine on her. You didn't enjoy that at all, did you? It's definitely been given a good pecking, haven't you? Poor little thing. Anyway, hopefully that'll stop it getting infected. It's your turn to cool off. You've been broody for way too long. And it's going to be, I don't know, 35 or something today. So you cannot sit in a tin shed in 35 being broody. Squat down, get your bum cool, or I'll make the water deeper and give you no choice. That'd be a bit mean, wouldn't it? What do you think, Daisy? You should wash your face, you're so grubby. Grubby little face you've got. It's the trouble with white feathers, isn't it? You're right. Right. Now look what's happened. What was that about? can't play nice. Ah, you two. You're all bullies. Play nicely. Ah. There's trouble. Competition's here. Alright, that's enough. It's important to stay hungry. Otherwise you get fat and you don't go looking for your own food. You don't pollinate plants. You're not doing your job.